20 Effective Tips to Lose Belly Fat Part 2. In Part 1, I shared the first 5 effective tips to lose belly fat. 6. Don't eat a lot of sugary foods. Sugar contains fructose, which has been linked to several chronic diseases when consumed in excess. These include heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and fatty liver disease. Observational studies show a relationship between high sugar intake and increased abdominal fat. It's important to realize that more than just refined sugar can lead to belly fat gain. Even healthier sugars, such as real honey, should be used sparingly. In summary, excessive sugar intake is a major cause of weight gain in many people. Limit your intake of candy and processed foods high in added sugar. 7. Do aerobic exercise, cardio. Aerobic exercise, cardio, is an effective way to improve your health and burn calories. Studies also show that it's one of the most effective forms of exercise for reducing belly fat. However, results are mixed as to whether moderate or high-intensity exercise is more beneficial. In any case, the frequency and duration of your exercise program are more important than its intensity. One study found that postmenopausal women lost more fat from all areas when they did aerobic exercise for 300 minutes per week, compared with those who exercised 150 minutes per week. In summary, aerobic exercise is an effective weight loss method. Studies suggest it's particularly effective at slimming your waistline. 8. Cut back on carbs, especially refined carbs. Reducing your carb intake can be very beneficial for losing fat, including abdominal fat. Diets with under 50 grams of carbs per day cause belly fat loss in people who are overweight, those at risk for type 2 diabetes, and women with polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. You don't have to follow a strict low-carb diet. Some research suggests that simply replacing refined carbs with unprocessed starchy carbs may improve metabolic health and reduce belly fat. In the famous Framingham Heart Study, people with the highest consumption of whole grains were 17% less likely to have excess abdominal fat than those who consumed diets high in refined grains. In summary, a high intake of refined carbs is associated with excessive belly fat. Consider reducing your carb intake or replacing refined carbs in your diet with healthy carb sources, such as whole grains, legumes, or vegetables. 9. Replace some of your cooking fats with coconut oil. Coconut oil is one of the healthiest fats you can eat. Studies show that the medium-chain fats in coconut oil may boost metabolism and decrease the amount of fat you store in response to the high-calorie intake. Controlled studies suggest it may also lead to abdominal fat loss. In one study, men with obesity who took coconut oil daily for 12 weeks lost an average of 1.1 inches, 2.86 centimeters, from their waists without intentionally changing their diets or exercise routines. However, evidence for the benefits of coconut oil for abdominal fat loss is weak and controversial. Also, keep in mind that coconut oil is high in calories. Instead of adding extra fat to your diet, replace some of the fats you're already eating with coconut oil. In summary, studies suggest that using coconut oil instead of other cooking oils may help reduce abdominal fat. 10. Perform resistance training, lift weights. Resistance training, also known as weightlifting or strength training, is important for preserving and gaining muscle mass. Based on studies involving people with pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and fatty liver disease, resistance training may also be beneficial for belly fat loss. In fact, one study involving teenagers with overweight showed that a combination of strength training and aerobic exercise led to the greatest decrease in visceral fat. If you decide to start lifting weights, it's a good idea to get advice from a certified personal trainer. In summary, strength training can be an important weight loss strategy and may help reduce belly fat. Studies suggest it's even more effective in combination with aerobic exercise. Watch part 3 to see other tips.